Okay.
Fucked up. You're good to go.
Okay. And welcome to Campaigns and Planes. We're back playing Monster of the Week, Season 2, Out of Time. And our hunters have lured Ishara to the bunker. A bunker that exists before their time. Before Biddy was even trapped inside the crystal. And Kronos has assembled a cadre of powerful allies to assist them in this endeavor. And they have discovered an ancient spell, a trap spell, that Adam had planned for Kronos, but that they are now setting for Ashar herself. The trap is laid. You just need to get the enemy inside the circle. Before we start, make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. Down here below, either on X or Twitter, whatever they call themselves now. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, if that's still being used. All those fancy ones that crop up for a day or two. And also make sure to follow us on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode. Without further ado, go ahead and dive in. So, we go to the then. The Earth is this lush paradise, green everywhere. It's untouched by man or even really the markings of beasts. There are trees and flowers and green fields spanning as far as that I can see. Overhead, the thundercloud rolling in. Bright flashes of thunder and lightning roar overhead, and we see now what appears to be people falling from the sky. And we see now that they are angels and their wings are burning in a bright blaze as they plummet down. And we see the final one to fall, the glorious Lucifer, who shines like a comet through the air, the morning star fallen down deep into his cage, hell where he will rot for eons to come. And we see up in heaven, there is, it's incomprehensible to mere likes of us, but we hear the pleadings of the angels who stood by and did nothing. And chief among them is Ishara, who says, please, we only wanted peace between us and our brothers. And it is met with indifference, as these angels too are shunted from heaven to live a meager existence on earth, to travel as spirits, mere ghosts and shells of their former. Some drift off into the wilds of the world, nothing. Others follow humanity, feeding off of their hopes and wishes. Some even strike bargains and deals unlucky souls caught in some perilous situation, always seeking power, always seeking to rise up and get vengeance for what God did them. They chose peace instead of violence. Which brings us to now. Jason, you are outside the bunker. You have taunted Ishara, the fallen angel. The angel who did nothing wrong, but stood by and watched the war between God and the betrayers. And she has taken the form of a snake and is bearing these fangs made of pure lightning. She is about to strike. What are you doing?
I am going to attempt to use some magic as a kick-ass here.
Go ahead and roll kick ass.
So I can use my weird instead. And that is another 13.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. And you gain an extra effect. And then are you advanced in that?
I am advanced in it.
All right. You also pick an advanced.
So I am going to, as my first effect, I am going to force them where I want them.
Okay. Where are you forcing her?
I'm forcing her through the bunker doors.
Okay. So, how much damage do you do to her?
3. Ignore armor.
Right.
Magical loud. As for my advance, I'm going to suffer no harm at all as I flex those dark powers, really pulling on the power that I received from Amara.
Okay. Alrighty then. She dashes down upon you, and you use your dark powers as this, like, not light, but like the absence of light. Just grab her around the throat and yanks her through the opening of the bunker as she slithers and winces in pain. And those inside, where is everyone in the bunker right now?
Probably would have to be close to the trap.
Yeah. I would say.
Lobby?
Yeah, I figured we were kind of like waiting to like guide through.
Escort her through
Yeah.
with guns.
With guns.
Holy guns.
Yes.
I have a holy gun.
Who gave Cipher a gun? Again. Well, I gave her the first one.
Technically, God did.
Well, if God says it's okay.
The weapons are God-given rights.
Oh.
Oh.
Shit.
America.
Cipher and
Oh.
Ray, are you in the lobby
You
there?
feel dirty now?
Look at what you've done, Eric.
So Cipher and Ray, you're in the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see all of a sudden this electric blue serpent fling through the opening of the bunker, and it flails about for a second, um, before reverting to this vaguely feminine form. But there's no like distinct feature. It just looks like she is made of pure energy at this.
Huh.
Cipher looks at you. Do we shoot her?
Well, that's new. A little unexpected.
Are we supposed to shoot?
I don't think we're supposed to be shooting. Let's.
I'm gonna do that Magneto thing where he like flies through the entrance, just kind of floats through it with the energy crackling around the barrier a bit.
Okay. Gray, what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot.
Cypher's gonna shoot.
Okay. Please shoot, Cipher.
We really
Please shoot Cipher.
I'm really. Oh, shit, I'm
Which one are you? Are you shooting at Jason?
Are both Cyphers shooting?
I don't know, are they?
Let's have the past one, not the current. One of them's
Okay.
shooting. One of them's shooting
Okay.
for no reason. What is it? Just tough? Or
Yeah.
Yep.
it's a 5.
It's a fun.
That is a failure.
Yeah. Mark
You
yourself
get
an
marked?
experience.
I hope you don't
Mark
fucking
experience.
shoot Gray.
So
Poor Gray. He didn't know
Pass-
this.
Cipher, who has like a whole 12 hours less experience than Cipher, is like covering his face as he's trying to aim the weapon and fires wildly off and it ricochets around the hallway. And Ishara shoots daggers at old Cipher and is going to attack him. Old Cipher is going to take 5 harm.
Is old Cipher dead?
Almost.
As she like makes him contort in pain, and she is just smiting him with her very will. It's at this point that one of the princes of hell jump out and is going to attempt to stab her in the back, and he misses, and she flings him against the wall, and you hear multiple bones crack and crunch as he's just plastered against the wall there. Ray, are you doing anything?
Pretty sure we agreed we
Um,
weren't going to fight her, but
No.
I might
No,
not have been there
responded.
for the
No.
conversation.
Yeah, we were doing a spell.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't in planning.
And
I'll
I was
I'll
nervous.
look to Cipher. Like, I believe I said we're not shooting. By the way,
Which one? The current one or the one on the ground?
it's kind of more of just like a general gesture, like towards all y'all's direction.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that you're nervous.
Are you
Let's
speaking
just
in tandem?
let's just kind of take a deep breath before we try and do anything. Before we shoot.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'll pull out the knife. My pocket knife.
Okay. You know what? That's sure.
I'm not running away this time. Yet.
Okay. Well. So, Ashara, are you done with that?
I am just getting started.
Oh, I'm sure.
Um,
Would you... Why are you floating? Do you know... Does anyone know what's going on here?
No.
Have you been provided the offer? Did you offer her?
I told her that you were going to offer them.
Oh, so you're aware. You're aware.
You can't seriously allow her to go down there and take those 2 energies.
So I was supposed to shoot.
Yeah.
Did I hear?
Can.
Did I hear good?
It was Cipher.
I thought we said no shooting.
Well, it was Cipher, so what do you expect?
Not that.
I point to Ashara and I'm just like, listen, if you let her down there in the basement with those 2, she will gain even more immense power.
Yeah, that was... But, okay, did you present the other half of, like, you know how trades and transact... We wanted to offer those 2 in exchange for you to just leave us alone. We'll leave you alone from the...
And hey,
After-
and wait, and hey,
and
we
you
want to
leave us
go.
alone.
We want drop us back in the 80s.
If you could agree to those terms as well, that would be great.
Preferably 1986.
It is a transactional deal.
and Ishara's going to say, yes, I will get to the ones in the basement, you say? But this one talks too much. She is going to attack you, Gray. Present Gray. Go ahead and roll an act under pressure.
We probably should have put "don't kill any of us" in the bargain. It's okay. If Gray dies, there is a backup Gray.
And there's a little Gray.
That would be a 10.
That's just
10.
a kid.
So
I do what I
you
said.
defend against her attack. She flings an angel blade at your direction, and you dodge just out of the way just in time to hear a behind you as the angel blade sticks into the wall where your head used to be.
You really need to learn etiquette.
I told you she'd rather just kill you all instead of taking those powers.
Or we could just kill those 2 and she doesn't get them at all.
You know what? That's a great idea. And I start to float down the stairs in like a rush.
Okay, she is going to
Well,
chase after you,
You
hand outstretched. So, Weird Sisters, you're all positioned down in the room or near the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Ishara is following you down the stairs. Why don't you go ahead and roll manipulate someone?
That's double 6s, and my charm is a +1, so it's another 13.
Okay.
This is...
If you roll 13 one more time, are you just gonna die?
I might.
Maybe. So, Ishara, you can feel the malevolence just radiating behind you. And as you race down the stairs, you almost feel, you think back to the time you shared with her, and how even though she always seemed kind to you, whenever she was asked to do something for you, it always seemed like there's some resentment behind it. And it fuels you as you drive further down the stairs, taunting her as you go. And she gleefully follows along. As you look behind you, you see that some of the angels and demons waiting and hiding are popping up around the corners. She is single-minded and not paying attention to any of these other sources of energy around her, and they are now lining the hall, guarding her exit from getting out of here. Okay. And you lead her down into the basement hallways, curving this way and that, and she is starting to gain on you. Are you doing anything?
I am single-handedly like bolting for the room, like just trying to bait her as I'm going on.
Okay. All right. She, as you're getting closer to the room, she does catch up with you. She is going to attempt to attack you. I need you to act under pressure.
Yeah, it's only a 3, but I am going to use a luck point to make it
Okay.
a success.
So she reaches out with this flawed electric hand, and rakes down your back. But at that very moment, you take a sharp turn down another hallway, and she loses the grip of it momentarily, allowing you to escape. You are now you're right down the hallway from the room. It's a dead shot from where you're at. And you continue pushing. Weird Sisters, you see this blue light emanating from down the hallway. You know that your quarry is soon going to be here. Were you hiding in side rooms, or are you in the room itself?
I'd probably be hiding like the corner, like either behind the door or. As you said, it was like storage, right? So I think I'd be hiding like behind some boxes.
I'm gonna call out as I see the door. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna call out and say, if I kill them, there'll be no such thing as Radio Shack.
Okay. You shoot through the double doors leading into this room, and Ishara is right behind you.
As soon as we're through the door, I stop and I turn around immediately when I know we're in the center of the room, and I will use magic to cast the rote that Olivia taught me back in the square to trap somebody.
Not the Radio Shack one.
No. Just
a regular spell.
Yeah.
So you're gonna trap her in the center so she can't move when we cast the spell?
As part of it, I'm just gonna kind of lock up with her, like physically, as part of the spell. If you'll allow it, I'm gonna like grapple up with her, like 80s wrestling style.
Okay. Go ahead and roll use magic.
It's an 10. Actually, when we were in, I'll ask you first. When we were in Constantinople, and we shunted the old, or we killed the old Ishara. I had taken a lock of her hair. Does that lock also count as part of the current Ishara?
That's a good question. We are dealing with a paradox right now. Technically, it is a part of Ishara.
Then, for my sympathetic token, I get a +1 when I use magic against them. So it's an 11.
11.
Not to like
So
super.
you are trying to cast the force cage around her.
Yep, trying to trap her right in the middle, and I'm also like physically like locking up with her.
Okay. So here's the thing: as you enter through the door, she does stop right before the door, and she looks in through this into this room, and she sees the rug pulled over the center.
They're boxes.
With a corner lifted up, revealing some chalk scrapings underneath. And she looks at you and says, "Do you really think it was that easy?"
I'll lock up with her like as she's in the doorway then
Well, like,
Okay.
to keep her from backing out of
well,
the
like,
doorway.
the Chuck and Kronos are supposed to be sitting in the middle of the center too. Like we tracked them.
They are in the center.
Mm-hmm.
So she sees the two of them and sees the line, and you are locked up with her, and you cast this force cage. And she says, "Interesting." She is going to she's going to use her ability to absorb on you. So I need you to go ahead and I would say it's probably a act under pressure.
It's a 9, but I'll burn another luck point.
Okay.
First season character got all the luck.
And
We didn't until like
How many
Yeah.
luck do you have?
we did it in the last fight.
I have 2 more left.
Ooh.
Or he's doomed.
So Ashara starts pulling at this, not only at you, but at this energy cage. And you also, using your newfound powers, pull back. And you're just locked in this tug of war. But you are stuck here at the threshold of this circle. You are both holding your ground. It's at this point that a couple of the archangels, Michael and Lucifer, come up behind Ishara and using their entire body weight, and you can hear the flapping of wings they are trying to push from behind. You see God is about to step forward, but Kronos pauses him, and he's not moving yet. Weird sisters, what are you all doing?
As soon as she's through the door frame,
Yeah.
we should have the door slammed shut, and then bar it so she can't get out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We know that there used to be some there on the door that we're familiar with. it had magic on it that prevented it from being open from the inside.
We test that before this happened. Make sure that worked.
But it
Two.
probably doesn't have that magic yet because it's just a storeroom. So let's create that magic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, this was just a blank storeroom.
Mhm.
What were you trying to test before?
We did about the door that can't open from the outside.
Okay.
So, I mean, we probably should have done that before now, but I guess we can do it now.
Well, if we would have thought about it beforehand, we could have done it beforehand. I don't know if we would have. We spent hours making the circle.
Right, after we were exhausted. Would that be big magic, or would that just be like huge magic?
I mean, either or, but big magic takes time to cast.
We really don't have time to cast.
I got
No, the enemy is here.
it. The Danicas will bar the door
Okay.
Physically or with the spell?
with the spell. We will create the magic. The Danicas will do it. There's 2 of us. I mean, we've got 6 of us. We can separate ourselves to do magic if we need to. So the Danicas will do it.
All right. So Danica's reach out, and you're trying to cast the magic on the door. Or?
Yes. So once we're gonna, as soon as they push a shard past the door frame, I'm gonna pull the door shut with other Danica's help. And as we're doing it, I'm going to pull from my memory the magic that was on the door beforehand that I know was there, that prevented you from opening it from the inside, like anyone from opening it from the inside. And we're gonna make that magic. We're gonna be the ones who put that magic on the door, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
Okay, both, but twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Both there.
Danica, one of them got a 12. The other one got so much higher than that. 14.
14. All right.
Somebody's gonna have to let us out of here. I'm sorry.
So as you both cast this in tandem, you see that there are these sigils that light up across the door as the spell takes hold, and the door is now primed. That as soon as you close it, you will not be able to open it.
I look at
From the inside.
who's in the. Is there somebody in the hallway?
You see that there's a bunch of angels and demons, and you see like arrows and Marcus down the hallway. They're ready to jump in and help in a moment's need, but they're barring the hallway now.
I look at Marcus and Arrows. As soon as I shut this door, it's not going to be able to be open from the inside, so somebody's going to have to let us out. Okay? Okay, thanks. Anybody want to come in? And we're going to pull the door shut as soon as people come in, if they want to come in.
Okay. So you cast that, and Olivia, are you doing anything, or are you just standing by until the target's in the circle?
I think I'm gonna wait and kind of gauge. Does it look like the force cage that Jason put up is like negating some of the energy that they're trying to push her in with?
It's I don't know if it's negating anything like externally. Like everything that Jason is doing is complementing what the angels behind pushing her in is doing. So like it's just trying to corral her in, and you see like a little bit of inching, but it is just so little right now. Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing all this, your friends, or at least companions, struggling. And You feel this welling inside that you felt before when your power surges, but nothing quite to this extent. I'm going to go ahead. I just sent you an image, and as you feel the wellspring of power that resides within
That's perverse. It kind of.
you feel it well up. Explain to us how your version of Antiope looks when her powers spill forth out of you and you become Antiope.
I think it's almost like a light emits from her. It's like a ghostly like thing, and it's just bright, hard to look at, and it just kind of surrounds her form and slowly solidifies and just looks like an older version of Dawn.
Very nice. So the sheet I just sent you, the stats on the sheet replace your stats if they are higher.
Okay.
And you have all those moves in addition to any that Dawn currently has. And you have the increased health and luck as indicated at the bottom of the sheet. You don't know how long this wellspring will last, but you have increased powers right now. Are you doing anything with them?
She is gonna quietly talk to what's the lady's name? The
Ishara.
Ashara. And quietly just kind of try to remind her who she was before she absorbed all of these powers, and remind her what she wanted at the creation of the world, and remind her who she truly is. I think she's a different person now, and she's just talking to her like a mother would talk to their child who's scared and is making bad choices, and just
Very interesting. Okay. You are using Soothe.
I'm going to use Soothe. Yeah.
Okay. And with that move, Shara loses some of her spunk for just a split second, enough for Jason and the archangels to shove her just past the first line of this circle. And you are all like now in the circle together. What's the plan here?
Is she far enough in for it to for us to trigger it?
Yes, I will say at this point, there is God, Kronos, her, and Jason all in the circle.
I'll look over at Olivia and say, and kind of look back, like make eye contact with her while we're trying to yank her in, and look back at Chuck and Kronos and tell her in her mind, because I know she can read my thoughts, get them out of the circle.
I mean, they can move, right? I can just be like, "Get out now!" I don't have to use any magic.
No. You just you use the what's it called, the code word Radio Shack,
I will use the code word Radio Shack to signal to them to leave the circle.
And Chuck and Kronos dive out of the circle. And they're off to the side now. And Ishara's now becoming frantic, realizing that her one moment of weakness may have doomed her. And she starts to struggle against you once again.
Okay, weird sisters, let's go.
Light it up.
Saying the chant.
Yes. Yes.
I guess we're
Jason.
I just look at you and shake my head.
We're trapping Jason in there with her.
Angel guys. Did the angel guys leave?
Yeah, they're gone.
I think you either say it or she's getting out.
Yeah.
Cool. I start the chant.
So you start chanting this magical phrase, and she's struggling against Jason, and she breaks free. But just at that moment, Marcus dives at her legs and trips up this corporeal form of her, and he lands inside the circle, as well as she with Jason. And you finish the phrase, and the three of them disappear.
I was not foreseeing my brother getting trapped in there. Although that is my brother from 12 hours ago and not my brother from current timeline. So I look at other Danica.
One of your brothers.
So I look at other Danica. So that's your brother, actually.
It's not mine.
Your brother really fucked up there.
But he is a hero. And Jason. Oh God, Jason. What's left behind? Like the rug's gone too. I'm assuming.
Yes.
I like that run.
Yeah.
So, as a quiet comes over the room, the mood is very somber. Your remaining companions, what are you all thinking? What are you all doing?
I'm gonna immediately start checking my notes and be like, they were supposed to disappear? They were just supposed to be trapped in there. What the fuck?
Well, I think that is disappearing, is being trapped. Like what is the sigil and everything still there? Is it just like is there like an item they're trapped in? Like what does the trap look like now that it is set?
The trap is there. It's in this. It's all. There is this faint chalk circle left. It's losing a little bit of a red glow that popped up when it was first activated, but it is now dissipating. It just wherever they were sent, it's not here. They are trapped in a place you can neither see or feel.
Where? I look at Chuck. Where did it take him?
And Chuck says, I don't know, it's probably a place where all the Titans got sent. And Kronos pipes up, it is a place that perhaps worse than hell. But we won't speak of it any further. We have much to clean up. And as he says that, he reaches up and holds out a hand and says, "My lord." And Chuck holds it, and there is a blue flash, and everything changes. And you're all standing in the bunker, but you're back up in the lobby. There are these white computers, little brick blocky things, and Biddy and Susie and Evers are working at different stations, looking up information. Evers stands up and walks over to you guys and say, "Oh, hey, you guys are back." It should be noted that Cipher is not here. It is just Danica, Gray, Dawn, and Olivia.
How did you get here?
What?
When is here?
When? Yeah. When?
When is here?
When is it? When is it?
You guys.
No, Evers, listen.
Yeah, you're messing with me again.
No. How are you? What's the date?
It is January 1st.
Of what year?
1986.
Where were we? Where did we go? Where did we come back from?
Well, you guys were off on a hunt, and we were just looking up some stuff for the next one. Got a couple of werewolves acting up down south.
I'm gonna walk over to Susie. Is there a certain body part that's present?
Yeah, she has both legs.
What about the Titans?
Yeah. How about them?
What about the Elementals?
How about them elemental issues? Huh? Yeah.
Elementals.
Oh boy,
I don't know about any elementals, I guess. Look, you guys are acting real weird. And and Susie pipes up and says, "Evers, stop bothering them. I'm sure they're tired. Hey, y'all, if you want to just go get some grub from the kitchen, go get some sleep, we can talk later."
Can I try and commute like a scry, basically, to see if she's still alive at this point?
You can.
Yeah, I'll try and observe another place or time. 11.
So your vision goes blank for just a moment, and you find yourself like you're standing outside a little house, and it's dark out. There's lights inside. You look through and you see Henrietta, and you see a young boy with jet black hair. He is listening to a Walkman and like just reading a magazine, some dumb like young boy kid thing, but and Henrietta's sitting in a chair across from him, and she's just laughing and watching TV and drinking a beer and having a great time.
Mama,
Yeah? What's up?
have you heard from Daddy?
Look, you know that I don't really speak to your father anymore. We went our separate ways, and it's for the best.
But what's your opinion of him?
Well, he's a politician. I think that's all I really need to say, but
What about Marcus?
who's Marcus?
He raised for reality. I think he might have been a neighbor or something.
Oh, okay. Are you feeling all right? Evers is right. You're all acting kind of weird.
Where's Biddy?
Biddy is right next to her, and she stands up and says, "Yes, I quite agree. Maybe I should be off to the infirmary with you."
Actually, yeah, I've been in a couple explosions recently.
Oh, goodness me. And,
And we all look like absolute shit.
Yeah.
she, in a nurse outfit, leads you off to the infirmary, patch you up.
Quite like this, Biddy.
Yeah. So,
I don't even know what is still true in our lives anymore. What about Kelly?
Kelly. So, Gray, your phone does go off. And you don't recognize the number.
Yeah, I'll answer it.
As you answer it, you hear on the opposite end of the line, "Hey, Hummingbird." Hello?
I hang up.
Was it not an important call, or you're very white?
I
Your
think it's
face is.
I think it's worse.
What do you mean you think it's worse?
And
I
the
think
phone immediately starts ringing again.
We might have done something really wrong.
I don't.
Or someone is or someone is gonna try and hunt me down, which isn't really new to me, to be entirely
What do you mean
honest with you.
worse? What do you mean? How? My brother doesn't exist anymore, and my daddy's still alive, but Mama doesn't seem to know that he's some kind of ancient being. Or maybe he isn't in this timeline. Fuck if I know. But he's still alive. How the fuck am I supposed to trust him? And if he's still alive, the rest of the order is alive. They're gonna fuck you up, except for they don't know you killed them. And Cipher's a 10-year-old somewhere. He doesn't know what the fuck happened. And he's just gonna snap into memories in another decade. And hopefully come find us.
That doesn't happen, because that sounds terrifying.
He's just gonna hit like 20 and he's gonna be like, holy shit, I went through some hell.
Oh man, that's how people end up on it.
So
I will.
the phone stops ringing.
You should probably answer that. Who was it?
I'm not sure that I want to find out, but if it rings again, I will answer.
It was just ring 4 times.
After a minute, the phone rings again, but it's a different number this time.
Different. Okay, I'll answer.
And you hear on the opposite end, "Hey, Dad, Mom said you hung up on her. What's going on?"
There's a lot going on with work right now. Things got a little weird, and we're trying to figure out how to get through.
Is that Kelly?
Okay. Hey, are you still coming to the basketball game tonight?
Already having to be a regular dad.
Fuck.
I might be a little late, but I absolutely intend on, if I have to, skipping out whatever other duties we have, and I'm sure some things can be done tomorrow.
Okay. I love you, Daddy.
As we're all just sitting here staring at you, getting patched up by biddies.
I love you too.
Who are you talking to?
No. She hangs up and yeah.
Right. Who do you love?
Evers, I
need my home address.
Yeah, what can I get for you, boss?
yeah. Got hit in the head real hard. Where?
Oh, I can see that.
Actually, you know what? Actually, Evers, on our last mission, we're all suffering from terrible memory loss. We've remembered enough to get home, but we've forgotten a lot about our recent lives.
It's a whole lot
Home
of things.
home addresses.
Someone thought it would be a great idea to cast an amnesia spell on all of us,
Yeah.
thinking that they could capture us
Yeah.
in their basement.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
How would you know that you have amnesia to tell Evers that you have amnesia?
Because we remember some things, but there's a blockade. There's a blockade.
works so well.
Yeah, there's a
Not
blockade.
everyone is the weird sisters, okay?
Listen, there's a blockade on some things, and some of us have forgotten which family members are still alive,
Apparently, we're better on Olivia.
and where our home addresses are.
At least Henrietta's still alive.
She is?
Yeah.
Is she? Did you see her here?
You said that like you had a bit of relief in your voice.
Because she's not involved in any of this. She's not a hunter.
Did you look? Did you scry on her?
Yeah, her and her son are fine.
Her sons?
Got hunted by a Wendigo.
Did Kronos put us in the best
Well, then how
timeline?
the hell?
Why are we hunters? What? Hey, Evers, how did we all end up doing this? Did you just fill us in? We forgot that part.
You just
Now you're putting Travis on the spot.
Right here. What does Gray do for a living? Like,
Well, I mean, from what you all have told me, it's really weird. But I mean, Susie inherited the bunker from her grandparents
Mhm.
and parents, and so you kind of just been in the business your whole life. You know, and since you're the only child, like it was kind of like on your shoulders to carry the family name. Remember, there was like some deal with you and your dad where he wanted you and his family business, but you weren't going to have any of that, and your mom and him had a falling out, and so you kind of followed your mom out here to kind of take over this bunker.
Do I still talk to my dad?
Did you talk to your dad, or did I talk?
Do I still talk to my dad?
I don't know.
And by
Do you?
family business, you mean just like being a politician.
Well, I imagine that's what that means.
Do you know?
Basically,
Do I
it's a
like what is my level of degree status? Like, do I have anything above the bachelor's? Like, did I finish law school?
You might have to go back at this
You
point.
never talked about your school, I guess.
Well, listen, the reason I dropped out of law school is because Marcus died. If he did never existed.
Do you remember if you dropped out? Maybe you actually finished.
I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer. Oh God, help us if you're a lawyer.
right? Yeah.
Attorney at law.
Yeah.
God.
Do you know? Okay, I have more questions. What do you know what Gray does for a living?
Well, I know that he has a lot of contacts, and
Oh, good. You're still shady as hell.
yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know a whole lot about him, other than he has a wife and a daughter, and they. Well, actually, I don't know where they live. He hasn't revealed that either.
Look at that,
It's
Gray. You're
unfortunate.
fucking
So the
yourself
personality
over.
is the same. Doesn't
Maybe
tell
you should call
anything.
your wife and ask her for your home address.
Hey, where do we
What's
live?
her
Yeah.
And Dawn, she kind of tagged along with y'all one time. She's from Minneapolis. Her dad lives there. Yeah.
Maybe your daddy's still alive.
Well, would make sense.
What about Olivia?
Did I just show up here on the side of the road? Some bullshit?
Oh, well, Olivia, we did find you. Well, I should say Susie found you back when you were younger, and that saved you from some cult or something. And we don't know much about your parents, I guess.
I mean, Abigail Squires and David Colt.
Yeah, I guess them.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them
Oh,
Yeah,
Olivia,
that's a weird way to phrase it, but
So Olivia's been here since she was like a girl?
I'm still a girl.
You two-
Sorry.
You
Yeah.
two have been friends for years.
We're like
lived here
sis.
for forever.
We're like basically. Wow, Olivia, you missed out on like the best timeline of yourself growing up.
Yeah, I wish I had a childhood this crazy. Like, although I don't know, I probably would have still been a hunter.
No, you definitely. Yeah, I don't.
But are you still like an angel though?
You have to stage
Are you
whisper.
still like an angel though?
I mean, can I hear their thoughts?
You can certainly turn it on and try.
Yeah, I mean, I'll turn it on.
Yeah, and you hear her chatter.
Yeah, I'm still part angel.
I wonder what happened to Eros.
Fuck if I know.
Or
Maybe he'll show up sometime in the future.
I mean, he's an angel, so he can show up at any time, really.
Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this time that your own cell phone goes off in your pocket. And
Do we
you
still have our
see
future
your
beepers?
house number. You answer it, and it's your dad.
Okay.
And he says, "Hey, kiddo, just got back from my meeting. Wondering how you been. Haven't talked to you in a couple days."
Oh, good. Just working. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, I just thought I'd call you and tell you I'm doing better. I've been going to the meetings like you asked me to, and I just wondered if, but the day is coming up here soon, where the anniversary, and I was just wondering if you wanted to come back home for that and go to the cemetery together.
I'll be there, Dad. There's nowhere else I want to be. I
Okay.
love you.
Hey, thanks. Sounds good, kiddo. I look forward to it. Olivia, and take care now. Drive safe.
Oh.
This is the best timeline. Especially when future Don said that there was no timeline when he made it. Well, I think we should all just go spend some time with our families for a while.
What was the numbers that called me, were they like the same, like at least area codes that like
All
for
can show up in the right state.
Yeah, roughly the
So,
same
like,
area code.
I would be like, oh, these were the numbers that we had before everything.
Oh yeah, you can find that. You can find the address from the number. I bet your wife's probably calling from a landline.
Well, the reason why I ask is because like then probably live in the same fucking place.
Well, I was gonna say your wife probably called you from a landline, and those are registered with the address of the yellow.
Meant he recognized the number.
Yeah,
like,
gotcha.
was it his house before things went shit?
Okay, you might just.
I'm going to need a teleport.
Okay.
Just like summon a plane or something.
Yeah, why don't you just, but because the what?
Only Cipher can do that.
plane?
I don't know if I can do that. And also, I need to get there really fast.
Why?
Also,
is
these are
there
not
like?
Because I need to get to Massachusetts.
To a basketball
But
game.
like, why so quickly?
Because apparently
Is that
there
17?
is a event that I have committed to,
For your
and
wife
we
or
are
your,
in South Dakota.
for your wife or your daughter? I'm really confused. Are you missing a wedding?
No.
I'll start digging for the book. That
Okay, cool. We're gonna have to write this, girls. We're gonna have to meet back up to write this book
We also
to complete the timeline.
need.
Yeah, I'm going to look for it.
Is it? Can I come? I'll teleport you if I can come to the event. I don't know if your kid knows me in this timeline.
She's gonna find out.
I'm not sure
So
if that's a
you dig
great
for it.
idea.
You find a copy of this, and based on your prior experience, you are able to cast a circle.
Now-
And hit.
This is not a teleport through time. This is just a teleport through space. We're not moving through time.
Oh yeah, probably that would be bad if you. Oh. Let's not mess with time anymore.
I think it's about time we don't mess with
So actually, you know what? I'm gonna shadow write some movie scripts real like.
You
And
haven't seen a bunch of those movies.
we did. I watched them. Jason told me he didn't exist anymore. Poor guy.
He might. Is this just in the future?
I don't think he exists at all anymore. If my brother no longer even exists as a person, he might not either. That's terrible shame. His mama was nice.
So
His mom's probably my age. I should go meet her. She's probably really cool to hang out with.
So you cast a circle. Ray, you are teleported to Massachusetts, your old house. And you're in your old bedroom. Sheets are neatly made. You see closet stands ajar. You see your suits alongside your wife's dresses. And you
Are there
step out
uniforms?
what's that?
Are there uniforms in there?
What kind of uniforms?
Well, from the military uniforms.
Oh yeah, are you just like a regular
Yeah, did like
government employee in this timeline?
did I not get like
Did you not go corrupt? Holy shit!
You do see some uniforms shoved way in the back, but most of the wardrobe is now suits and dress shirts.
huh?
And you see quite a few uh, pencil skirts and pantsuits for your wife as well. And as you're rummaging around in your closet, inspecting this life you didn't know you had, you hear someone yell down the hallway, "Daddy, is that you?" And you see a younger version, Gemma, open the door. She looks at you with delight and hugs you around the waist, and she's like, "I didn't realize you were home already. Are you coming to the game tonight?"
I am. I told you I was if I needed to, I was going to skip out. So I can make it.
"Oh, that's great! I'm gonna go get ready." And
You go
she
do that.
rushes out the room as your wife turns the corner, and she's staring just death glares at you. And she says, "So I guess you can't pick up the phone?"
There was a lot of really. It's hard to get into with work. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Which I realize is out of character.
And she kind of softens a little and says, "We all have tough days, hon. But you better get changed. We need to get going here soon if we're going to get Gem into the game on time."
Of course. I'll put on a less formal.
Suit. This is my casual suit.
Probably go with like
Jeans and a tee.
Khakis and a button-down tee.
light,
Yeah.
like a light button up, not even like tucked in.
Whoa. Carrie's getting really
Gray's on
casual.
vacation.
And
He might even wear shorts one day.
I'll grab one of the like wicker fedoras.
Oh boy.
It's going to Key West.
Well, that's just
Maybe a
what
wind
we're playing
jacket.
tonight.
Wow, he's really embracing being a dad.
Oh no, this is when I'm just wanting to be more relaxed.
But do you feel relaxed inside?
Nope. But no one can know that.
What kind of fucking hellscape dream is this?
What did we fucking do?
Something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. They're all definitely vampires.
So you head off with your family. And you go to this children's basketball game. They're all uncoordinated and have two left feet, tripping over each other. But there is just this joy everywhere. It's kind of perfect. Part of you doesn't realize the life that you missed because of everything that happened, but apparently didn't happen. Olivia. So a few days go by and the Weird Sisters kind of hang out in the bunker, getting used to this new reality. After a few days, Dawn heads off to go meet with her father. And Danica is busy catching up with her mother and Devers. Um, after a few days, it's kind of lonely. And so you bug Evers for haste to follow and start heading out to hit the road and go find something to do, find a monster to kill, whatever it might be. What kind of vehicle do you think Olivia would have if she never met Henrietta?
Regardless of what kind she currently has, it'd probably be like a two-seater car or something. Like she's definitely not like, well, it's probably her and Danica, right? Like, so it's probably just a two-seater for the two of them, and it's just a beat up old like Mustang probably. But this version, like current version of her, would probably find an old beat up truck. And I don't know how long she would actually stay a hunter. I think she would do it long enough so she could search how to get rid of the angel part of her, like either suppress it or completely eliminate it. Because it's never done anything good for her in her entire life. So I think she would hunt to learn more about that and do research and whatnot. But I think she would, it's as me to an end, right? Like she would do it long enough until she could suppress that or get rid of it because it doesn't do anyone any good.
So you're heading out to research, hunt down someone who might know some more. You stop through Rapid City, gas up, get some supplies and such on the way out. As you do, you're passing by this college campus. And as you're passing by, you can't help but notice this beat up old red pickup truck. And stop. And you see Henrietta there, and she's hugging her son as he's like lugging these bags off towards the dormitories. Do you do anything?
I think the most I would do is probably cast some protection spells from afar to make sure that nothing affects either of them. I probably would keep tabs on her over the years, depending on how long it takes me to get rid of this thing. But I wouldn't say or do anything.
She turns from her kid and walks over to the driver side of her red pickup. And she looks over at you as you're muttering something under your breath. And she looks at you. And being Henrietta, she walks up to your window and says, "Can I help you?"
I scoff for one and roll down my window and look up at her and say, no, you can't help me at all.
Now, I know that's a lie because see that kid right there? That's my son, and he is going through the same things you are right now. And I know an attitude when I see one. Look, kiddo, I don't know what you're going through, but it ain't all that bad. Man. I bet you look smart. And so I bet you could really go do something with your life. Sky's the limit. I mean, my kid, he got in so much trouble when he was young. But look at him now. College kid. 10 times more than I ever did with my life. You know, I think sometimes best thing a parent can do is raise a good kid. As she says that, you swear she locks eyes with you. Look, I don't know what you're going through, but you take care, okay?
You too, Henrietta.
And she's turning around and she kind of stops and gets back. She gets a little of the heebie-jeebies and walks back to her truck. It roars to life as it rumbles down the street. Danica, are you doing anything in the days that follow?
She's gonna do a couple of things. She's gonna look at her college transcript to see if she finished her law degree.
His diploma.
Well, she had, before anything happened at all, she already had it. Like, had been and through it and graduated from college. She just didn't finish her law degree because her brother died. There are more important things than that. And also she didn't really want to be a politician. It's what her dad wanted her to do. So she's gonna look through her transcripts and see where in her life where things might have paused or if they continued on. Step 1.
You look through a stack of old papers, find in one of the drawers in your room in the bunker, and you find a slightly wrinkly bachelor's degree diploma that you kind of flatten and iron out. But you dig through and you do see some report cards from law school, but it's like you did not graduate in this timeline
That tracks. It was kind of boring.
either.
And then she's gonna talk to her mom a little bit and then like try to get a gauge on like if she still has any communication with her dad.
Susie will say, well, yeah, hon, I still have his number. If you really want to talk to him, you can. Look, just don't get hurt. Go down that road.
The amnesia, have I talked to him in a while? Do you know? Like, I know you guys had fallen out and stuff, but I didn't know.
It's been over a year. I don't remember you calling him, but it's possible. You're growing into your own woman. I let you have much freedom as you need, but if you ever need anything, I'm here. And if you want to talk to your dad again, that's fine. I'll support you.
Okay.
He's not an easy person to be around.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. And then I'm going to try to look up some information about the rose shadow.
White rose.
Yeah. To see if it exists in this timeline.
Rose shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look up books and files on the organization, and there are mentions of it throughout history. But the bunker doesn't carry extensive information on those people or who's in charge or what they have done.
Okay. And I will reach out. She will reach out to her dad then at some point in the time in the bunker just to get some kind of vibe on what their relationship is like.
You call. Hear a gruff man say, "This is Wessington."
Daddy?
Danica?
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
What's going on?
Wanted to see how you were doing.
Oh, it's been pretty tough in Congress. Damn Democrats blocking me again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's been kind of quiet around here too. I don't suppose you've reconsidered our proposal.
Can I hear it again?
You know what it is.
I really don't.
Well, I know I told you that. I told you a lot of weird stuff. Maybe you weren't ready to hear it, but I need a successor. I might not be around for forever, and I want you by my side. I want you to learn my business, and I want you to become a fighter, uphold my organization.
What's that organization?
Rosenshot.
You know, no, I'm not giving you a yes. I'm not giving you a no. But I'd like to learn more about it.
Well, maybe that can be a start. Tell you what. Why don't I call some of my people? Maybe talk about what will be expected. We'll go from there. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Tell me when and where, and I'll be there.
Why don't you go ahead and wanted to head out? I'll arrange a meeting in Chicago. I have a friend there. Name's Lotus.
Okay.
They can explain a few things.
All right.
Do you have anything else you're doing
Um,
other than making deals with the devil?
At some point, she's going to reach out to Gray so that they can talk about this. Because it still exists. And it wasn't a good thing before. So,
It does.
but otherwise, one of the things that I took when I leveled up the last time was that I get command of my chapter of the sect. So I think that over time, depending on like what she and Gray decide that they're going to do about this Rosenschatten nonsense, now that they know a little bit more about it, she probably will be like, "I got it, Mama. I'll take over. You enjoy retirement or whatever. Like when they get older, or whatever, maybe in the 90s." And she'll slowly stop doing missions and start being the one that sends them out, receives contacts, sends information.
Okay.
But otherwise, she'll watch her friends go and live normal lives, hopefully. That's what she wants for them.
Indeed. And perhaps we'll learn more about the Rosenshot organization But for now, Cipher.
Hi.
You awaken to a bright, sunny day up in your little apartment. And your elaborate computer display is up in front of you. Feel like you just woke up, fell asleep in your chair again. You look around and you are nowhere near the bunker. You remember everything, but you're back to where this all started. What are you doing?
I mean, I knew it was a hallucination. None of it was real.
Pretty sure you probably are beat the fuck up still.
Is he still on the he has to go and deliver the USB or hard drive or whatever to the is that his current goal, or did he just come back from doing that?
Well, we ended a year late.
So you hear a knock at the door leading up to your apartment.
Chamber door, you might say.
Yeah, I'll go answer.
So you head on down, and Bobby is standing there. He says, "Hey, kid, the guy that you dropped off that package last night, he sends his kudos. Did a good job. And hey, we might have you do a few more jobs like that. If you're looking for the pay, or I can trade you some parts. We're cool."
Yeah. Heck yeah. I'd like to do that.
All right, kid. Yeah. Hey, got nothing for you right now, but probably in a couple days, we can approach that again. Yeah. Hey, I gotta open up the store here. But yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
He goes next door and starts fumbling with his keys. And as you look across the street from your open door, you see a lady. She looks older than you remember last seeing her. But Mrs. Grayson walks up and she says, "Hey there, Cipher, was it?"
Yeah.
So Bobby only knows the lightest little bit of the surface. If you're interested, we have much bigger jobs ready for you back at headquarters. Jobs that could use your unique talents, giving life to your little machines.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, was that real? No, it's not.
Come on. You really think you dreamt that?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Well, if you notice, the LA riots didn't happen. We are in a completely different timeline.
What is going on?
Well, I don't know. But our organization has buffers that prevent us from experiencing time shifts like this. Something changed, and we don't know what. That's where you come in.
You know what? Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Literally,
After
you can tell me exactly what
As
happened.
she waves her hand towards a black sedan that's parked across the street.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. Seems stranger shit.
As you get into this black car, shuttle off to you don't know where. Jason.
You don't exist.
You find yourself in nothingness, void, not quite sure. It's hard for your mortal mind to even wrap itself around where you are at. You just know that there is this agony of just this mind blowing just enormity of where you're at and just this nothingness. And you feel this presence reach out. Mara. I know you have suffered. You will not suffer for very much longer. Trust in me, champion. And it is there. We'll end season 2 of Monster of the Week. Guys, I hope you had fun ride with a new keeper. And just a story out of left field. And a lot of twists and turns I didn't even expect. And so with that, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next great campaign. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Oh my god.
Okay, who's
Good ending.